What is up, risk takers? Welcome to the Kill Pete strategy. I am Pete. I'm a top player in Risk Global Domination. I have a daily release on Free Pete, a daily release on the Kill Pete strategy. If you are interested in getting better at the game of Risk, I invite you to subscribe to my channels. Come along the ride with me, folks. Looks like we're playing a 5-player game with the green player. No, with the magenta players on AI. That is very disappointing. See, yeah. Okay. That will affect this game heavily. I want to either cap in Afghanistan or Quebec here. If no one's in North America, maybe I just take it and then hopefully white goes for Europe, which would be ideal. I could go Indonesia and fuck over green, but I'm not going to. So Quebec cap it is. Settings we're playing: Capital Conquest, Classic, Fixed, with nothing fancy, and a neutral bot. Okay, when players bought out, they just bought out. So yeah, no surprise. Green is going to stack their cap and get ready to take Australia. Green has the best position this game, so it will be up to the team. Oh, and white fucked over purple. Wow. So it'll be up to the team to address what green does. And obviously, if I can snag the magenta capital, which will get bigger, but it'll get bigger at a slower rate than everybody else's, then I will be in pretty good shape. So that's how I'm going to play this. Okay. Folks, we're returning to the Kill Pete Strategy Discord Q&A. I want to catch up on some questions. I know folks ask me all sorts of questions in my YouTube comments on both channels and in the Twitch chat, and sometimes I can't get to them. So the number one way you can always get your questions answered for me is here's !Discord in the chat. Come on down to my Q&A thread. Throw up a question for me. I love answering questions. I'm very much in service to answer these questions. I try to speak honestly and truthfully and plainly as I can, in the hope that we can work on discovering the truth together, in an honest and open way. So I'm hitting a 9. I'm hitting a 9v4 here because magenta's a bot. Magenta's going to stack for the entire game. Thankfully, I'm not punished. But I don't want to be in a situation where I have to worry about magenta's stacks in my sphere. Thankfully, I'm not punished, and that is looking good. Okay, so here we go. Here we go. Where did we leave off? Our most recent question, insert gamertag here had a question. I tried to hit it at the end of last show, but I got distracted by trying to win the game. Hey, Pete, can you explain the psychology at play during Risk a bit? When should you antagonize an opponent to stop them from getting too strong / breaking them? And when should you try to keep out of everyone's way and fight each other? So these games, my victory in these games almost always hinges around staying out of trouble. Okay, so my goal with these games is to not hit anybody, not piss anybody off, cap stack, wait as long as it takes for people to hit each other. So this is an exemplar of that, right? These games are absolutely all about how do you stay out of everyone's way? How do you not antagonize? How do you just grow your troops either by gaining advantage like green has done, or by just keeping all of your troops on your cap so you never get hit and allowing other people to hit each other. So sometimes the psychology is when you see people hitting each other, you let them. And sometimes the psychology is how do you open a player to help you? How do you signal to a player to help you? There's all sorts of signaling options. It's a very deep question you ask, so I don't know which direction you want me to take it into. But all sorts of ways we can go. All right, we got a next question from Genta. Genta would like to know, hello, Pete. I have a question. I've been watching a series where they say that Canada has the nicest people. It's a very peaceful country. Is that true? Part 1, niceness. I don't exactly know what niceness is, but I will say this. Whereas Canadians are nice, we are also very smug. So there is a self-assured sense of superiority baked into that niceness that I find after 40 years to have become a bit nauseating. What is the point of someone who smiles politely at your face and ignores you in a time of need, right? What is the value of that person to you? I would suggest that the value of that person to you is almost nothing. So not to say that I have an overly cynical outlook to Canadians, but I really do feel like more and more that my home is no longer my home. And I know I've spoken about this somewhat. And thank you for the question. All right. Our next, what about players who break your bonus? What about them? It's more like passive-aggressive in terms of being mean. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, Canadians won't necessarily be in your face. They'll be passive-aggressive. Our next question is from Free Through Christ. How have you been? Is Risk on the decline? I don't think so. I can hardly get a full lobby in my time zone. I'm looking for a game, and all Risk server is also very slow. On top of that, I feel cheated, like 50-50, especially if I join a lobby. Okay, so, whoa! Okay, we had a cap hit. Can I? So here's a question here. Is this a wise time to try and pay off this cap hit? Red's going to take it, right? Red's going to go like this. Here's what I predict happens. Red stacks here, goes pop, pop, splits. And then white goes pop, and then Pete goes, heh, heh, heh. So I want to wait until all that happens. Right? I want to pay off. I want to control the Peru cap and maybe the Argentina cap. So I'm going to wait for white to hit red, I think, before I move more troops off of that position. Come on, red. You see it as well as I. You want that sweet, sweet cap, don't ya? He does. Perfect. Now he's going to go pop, pop. He'll have a 4 left. Then he'll fortify some off his 19. How much? Yeah, how much goes over? Hold that. So Pete does nothing here. Pete bides his time. Oh, all goes over. All right, in that case, I take your capital for sure. Okay, that's different. That is a different circumstance than I was expecting. I think red misclicked. I now have a 7 cap exterior. I might lose to green. But having a cap in Middle East is really good for my game long term. Oh, and white quit. Oh, baby. All right, this is great. Red downgraded and now has a shitty. Okay, so this move would now be up to green. Does green decide to take the 7 cap, or does he let me have it? Looks like he's going in. Does he go in? Does he go? He does go in. Green takes it. Bad dice. Oh, he gets okay dice. Okay, so green is very dominant in this game. It's only a 3-player game now. Me, green. Yeah. And red are left. Purple's dead. White's dead. Magenta's a bot. Oh, fuck. All right, I have to work with red to beat green? That's not going to work. Let's see what red does. Okay, red has a 10 set. Adds to the 6, takes the 9 cap? Maybe takes the 10 cap? That would be bold. Come on. This is your last chance. Go pop or pop. And then we got a real game. Nope. Red sucks. All right. Ooh, red really sucks. Don't do that. Ooh, that's not good. Don't do that. Yeah, I see what he's thinking, but it's not going to work. All right, well, I can chill and hopefully green overextends to hit red. All right, our next question is from, Free Through Christ was saying, is Risk on the decline? Maybe. Looking for a game in Risk servers very slow. I don't know what people play. I know what I play, and I don't really have terrible amounts of trouble getting a game. I don't want to close off my capital to Asia, so we'll do it this way. Man, this is only the 4th turn. Wow, look what happened to this board. It's okay. I've come back from a 3rd place before when the other 2 guys hit each other too hard. Looking for game and risk server is very slow. On top of that, I feel cheated 50-50, especially if I join a lobby. Okay, so this is the most. I'm going to say this is the most important thing about what Free Through Christ is talking about here. So I want you guys to understand how important it is that the game eventually has collaboration protection. Because it's not just about the game having collaboration protection to, yeah, we saw that coming. No, not just about the game having protection to stop the collaboration, which is very important. But it's even more important for the game to have collaboration protection so that they can say that it stops the collaboration. And what I mean by that is the game currently has a very toxic culture of suspicion where we are structurally incentivized to go here and say, report, tattletale on your fellow players using this awful reporting system. Right? You never know if there's a collaborator, a hacker, a cheater, harassment, stalling, because the game doesn't prevent that from occurring, which it absolutely, in every single world, should. The game should protect us from people who cheat, and it doesn't. So, because it doesn't, it can't say that it does. So the suspicious culture persists. So we have people wondering if they're being cheated on. We have a ton of confirmation bias about people cheating on us, right? Because that's how our brains are wired. We're loss averse. Okay, green's just going to fuck you again. And I have no set. It's going to fuck you again. Maybe I don't want to do that. Maybe I'm fine to close my cap here because it's useless for that front anyways. Okay, so I think SMG would well do to change their philosophy on collaboration prevention. And I think it is essential for the culture of the players of a game who are trying to have fun with a game to make sure that they understand that the game cares enough about them to prevent people from cheating. And currently we are not in that situation, and that's a real big problem long term for Risk. So I'd like to see that worked on, fixed, improved, etc. And thank you for your question, Free Through Christ. Our next question is from Goatman. Yeah, we saw that one coming a mile away. Okay, and red won't be able to take it back now. It's too bad my cap isn't lined up. I shouldn't have closed the line to the bottom. I didn't see this coming. I didn't predict this successfully at all. What's up, I'm Adori? Hell yeah, finally caught a wild peach on Twitch. Hello there. What's up, Bobo Rito God? Bobo Rito. Finally catch you on stream. Hello, guys. Hello, hello. Hope you're well. Blueface says, of all the times you've reported players, has SMG ever gotten back to you? Yeah. They report. My point is that it absolutely should not be my job. It should never be the jobs of players to report on other players. That is a terrible design. That's an unacceptable design. He opens me. Oh, thank you. He opens me. Oh, he's going to give me the other capitals. Oh, thank you, Red. Your sacrifice is not in vain. Oh, Red's giving me, oh, baby. Oh, baby, baby. Red is giving me the win here. Thank you, Red. Appreciate you, sir. Okay. He gave me both of his capitals for free. Thanks, man. Appreciate you. All right. I think we have just a slight difference. No. We can have them be equal 10s. I have 3 10 caps, one 11, 2 10s. This puts me in a better position than green. Red chose to sacrifice themselves. I mean, I'll beat green. I'll try and beat green at least. Okay, our next question is from Goutman. Hey, Pete. Knowing just how many people you influence who play Risk, do you feel like you are playing against yourself more and more as you get so many followers? Yes. How much impact on the gameplay meta do you think your channel has? You've definitely taught me everything I know about Risk, and thank you for that. Tough to say how much impact I have on the meta. I think the word influence is overused, right? I hate it. I don't want to be thought of as an influencer, whatever the fuck that means. But what I will say is I have thousands of hours of my mind now available on YouTube, and millions of hours of my mind that have been watched by people. So that influence is undoubtable, and impossible to ignore. So it's an incredible blessing. I'm so grateful that people are interested to listen to me talk. And I very much do feel I ruined Free For All Progressive World Dom, right? I made Free For All Progressive World Dom not viable. Yes. Thank you. Ha! Ha! Green quit! Green quit. Wow. Well played, Red. Well played. Red gives me the win. I can't believe this game. What a dumb game. The dumbness, folks. The dumbness in the dumbness. What a dumb game. I can't fucking believe this shit. Thanks. You're the best, Red. Thanks. I'm going to kill everyone before I kill you. That's for damn sure. I'm going to kill every single player before I kill you. I will do my best to give Red second. Is Red already second? Yeah, he's the only player left alive, right? Red has now earned second after Purple goes MIA. So I don't actually have to extend this game. I can just kill him and end it. End it, folks. Dumbness is normal these days. You're not kidding. You're not kidding. Fuck. What a shit show. Still need to eliminate Pink Bot. Yeah, but because it started as a bot, it's not worth any rank points. So good on Red. He did earn second. He made Green quit. Take out white. The instant quit made me split out my water. Yeah. Well, this one went real quick. Think about my impact as hard, Goatman. Like, I'm just a guy right now sitting in his office, right, alone, drinking his coffee, playing a game, and I'm talking about what I'm thinking. And I love to talk about what I'm thinking because it makes what I'm thinking better. Right? I don't know how your minds work, guys, but I have a very verbal mind, right? This is why I can talk forever. So this will just speed up the game. I kill him now. So thinking about how to improve my thinking, thinking about how to improve my ability to communicate with you guys is a fascinating process. And one that I'm very, very here for. I love this process. I love this community. I love the fact that people are interested to listen to me in this game, right? I'm so grateful to occupy the position I do. And it's mostly just because I would never have guessed that anyone would want to hear me talk about anything. So imagine imagine what a fun surprise that is for me. Right, in my 38th year of life or something, to discover that, in fact, not only are tens of thousands of people interested to listen to what I have to say, but my voice is so valuable that I'm able to do it for a living, spend all of my time doing it, never feel tired by giving, right? In the act of giving more, I'm even more motivated to give. And I know I'm building a slightly, in the tiniest possible way, better world by just sharing a message of, like, let's be real, let's be sensible, let's be kind to each other, right? Make sure you guys know I love you. It's very important that you hear that message, right, folks? That you are loved, you are appreciated. The world needs you. I love you. I think this will be a multi-parter because that one went too quickly. But we'll take a pause now before we move on to another question. What a game. For a second game of the Q&A series, thankfully we do get all 6 players to start. We're doing another round fixed capital, and classic playing as white. The indie cap is okay. I definitely don't cap on the 2 positions in Australia. Maybe UK. I think I like UK better than India. Don't want Madagascar. Yeah, UK, it looks like it is. That's a lot of material to lose in Oz. Too bad. Okay, so where were we with the Q&A, folks? How about I start with Aries the Fox with the next in a long series of very interesting Star Trek ethical questions. He says, "Hey, Pete, we've dealt with this type of dilemma before where survival trumps all, but let's see how far this goes. The Aldeans are sterile, assumed permanently, and caused by genetics, not radiation. They've kidnapped children aboard the Enterprise. No one has been physically harmed, and parents will be compensated for their loss, and hope is that the Aldean civilization will continue through the Federation children. Is that justified? No, when the bow breaks, no. Kidnapping the children of parents is not justified, and no excuse can make it justified. I think if a species is going to go extinct for whatever reason, then that species goes extinct for whatever reason. And unfortunately, for the Aldeans, the bell tolls for they. So what do we do about that? I mean, I have a lot of empathy for species extinction. Wow, Black's just going to race through Magenta's troops. Ooh, okay. Okay. Looks like I'm being gifted Australia. If I take it, I think Black hits it. Maybe I try slow claim it? You need to attack more, Black. Or maybe I try and hard guard it. But that really wouldn't be in keeping with the style of this play. I think, okay, so first things first. Kidnapping people's children, always unacceptable. Pretty much always unacceptable. Like, the ends do not justify the means here. Children are people, and people are not property, and you don't get to kidnap people and tell them that you will save our race. Well, I'll save your race if I want to save your race, all right? Assume I have agency, assume that my opinion matters, assume that my agency matters, and assume that I might have something to say about it. So this ridiculous notion of the ends justifying the means in this case falls quite flat to my ear. But if the Aldean civilization was worth saving, they wouldn't be kidnapping children. How about that one? Right? Perhaps there is a little piece of karmic justice in the universe that says that's why, right? because you're pieces of shit who would steal other people's children. I don't know. Do you like that answer, Aries? What do you think? Oh no! Are you gonna keep no troops on your capital? Oh no! Purple's a noob. That's not good. Yellow could go like this. Hey, fuck you. And he should. Let's see if he does. Yellow gets a 2-cap open. Oh no. Oh no. Purple, you are done. You are done for, my friend. Alcohol Pair says, just let them keep Wesley Crusher. The Wunderkind. Purple doesn't, or yellow doesn't take it. Does the Peatman take it? Oh my god, the Peatman. The Peatman has a line for really cheap capital. Oh, he goes bad neighbor to black. Oh my god, he goes bad neighbor to black. What is this game? Oh, I gotta steal your capital, bro. What happens if I steal it? What happens if I steal it? 14 troops? Ah. Let's just get some good dice. Very nearly free capital. Very nearly free. Very nearly free capital. Ho ho ha ho. Get fucked. All right, I'll take the 2-cap open. Double sixes? Yeah, sixes are fine. Sixes are fine. Okay, where were we with the Q&A? So we ended off with... Duty Dude 77. Hey Pete, just started watching your risk content about a year ago, and I appreciate the move to split your content between the main channel and Free Pete. I personally prefer the longer uncut videos, longer and uncut, if you know what I'm saying, on Free Pete because they feel more authentic and often contain topics that I assume you don't want discussed on the main channel. It's not that I don't want them discussed, it's that you guys don't want them discussed. The philosophy of the main channel is to give you what you want. Keep that in mind. How would you feel about adding timestamps to these videos where something eventful happens, whether it be a player making a move in the game that shakes up certain conversation, or something? Okay. Whoa, we get a sue. We get a sue from Black. This game might be quicker than I thought. How do I feel about adding timestamps? Great. Teach me how to do it, and I'm down. Thank you, Becky, with the raid. We get the Becky raid. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Thanks, Beck. Did you have a good stream? How was the Jackbox portion of the show? Thank you so much. Welcome in, Becky Raiders. I hope you're having a great night, wherever you find yourself. And looks like I'm being handed the game here. So we take those, folks. We definitely take those. Okay, but Magenta might have something to say about it. I think I take one, but not the other. Okay, 7v6 capital hit. He's going to take I'm going to lose 1 troop. Yeah. That's not going to go the way you want it to go. 7v6 cap hit, you lose all your troops. Okay, he fortifies. Cool. You get a 3rd cap here? This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. What a lucky man I am. What a lucky man he was. Okay, yellow's going to move into the middle. Break black. Go 4v3? Not recommended. Manual's it, though. Yep. Shocker. Loses all his troops. Okay, well. How do we feel about a 8, 7, and another? That's a 6, but that'll hold. Nobody's out there. This board is nuts. Yeah, I don't know how to add timestamps. So if someone wants to just quickly show me how to do timestamps, I'm totally down. Next question is from Michael. Hey, Pete. Considering the finite nature of our existence and the interconnectedness of our choices, how has your perception of risk shaped your sense of self, influenced the meaningfulness you find in your own experiences, and ultimately determined the level of vulnerability you're willing to embrace in order to authentically engage with life's uncertainties. Okay, this is a way deeper question than I thought it was initially, so let me think about it and let me reread it. Considering the finite nature of our existence, okay, so since we die, and the interconnectedness of our choices. So since we die and since everything we do matters, or seems like it matters, how has my perception of risk shaped my sense of self? I think my sense of self has shaped my sense of risk, not the other way around. Influence the meaningfulness you find in your own experiences. I find my experience with this game and this community incredibly meaningful. I find this work of expanding the volume and power of my voice incredibly meaningful. The fact that you guys are interested to hear me talk, I see as absolutely a blessing, is a miracle. I would never have imagined in a million years that people from around the world would be interested to hear me talk. What a convoluted question. No, this is a philosophical question. This is the type of question I think people would get a lot of mileage out of asking me. And ultimately determine the level of vulnerability you're willing to embrace in order to authentically engage with life's uncertainties. Yeah, that's a bit of a difficult sentence. Determined to lose all your troops. There isn't a stage of this game where you're going to be able to roll that and you don't lose all your troops, Purple. Poor Purple. Okay. The sentence is... It was all one sentence, yeah. It needs to be... folks, I like to often just remind you, if you want to communicate effectively with me, if you want to communicate effectively in general, make sure what you post is edited for clarity, brevity, and coherence. I like to repeat this. I often like to repeat it again. Clarity, brevity, coherence. Okay. This could be an 8. I think I get my take here off a single troop. Actually, if they're both 9s, maybe this one's a 10 because it's getting threatened by purple. This one isn't actually getting threatened. That can also be a 10. We roll 7v3. Yeah, I'm okay with that. Maybe red gets SA or Oz. I don't really care. Okay. Determined the level of vulnerability I'm willing to embrace. I think I'm willing to embrace a very large amount of vulnerability relative to the average. I think compared to most people, part of the secret sauce of my show is the fact that I'm very much willing and happy to embrace a high level of vulnerability. And you can tell that I do that, and you guys like that I do that, right? You like sitting here listening to an authentic, he says, authentically engage with life's uncertainties. You like listening to an authentic person, a real person who has something to say, who is comfortable with being wrong, who is, you know, very emotional at times, right? I have my highest highs, my lowest lows, and everything in between. The reality of life, the reality of the full breadth of human emotion. I think this matters to people. This means something. So how has risk shaped that? It's not necessarily the game that shaped that. It's more the fact that my experience with the game has contributed to my to an incredible confidence that I never would have guessed I could have. And he misses the fortify. An ability to realize that not only is my voice worthwhile and meaningful to others, but that, oh no, 18v9, he hits it. No, he kills yellow. That's better. Looks like I get to keep 3 caps. That's great. Keeping 3 caps will save me this game. I'll win this game. The fact that not only is my voice meaningful and worthwhile to others, but also that it is my true calling to be here, to say these words, right? Like, I'm meant to do this. I was always meant to do it. 14v10 will never be a good roll. Don't take it. He'll take it at some point and quit, I think, what purple will do. Purple's just building up. He's waiting for a set. Takes it now. Good. Okay. Good enough. Good enough. I can build up a little bit there. Good enough. You die. Yeah. Let's make it back to 10. Make that 10. And then we have 3 troops. All right, let's make them 11. So we got 3 11s. And we take a hit. Cool. Authentically engaging with life's uncertainties is all of our mutual duty. We build the world together, right? The world of humanity is intersubjective. It's the black hat. Not yet. The intersubjective world is one of agreement. We come together to create the future. So in order to do something like that, the power of message, right? The power of words and getting you guys to understand what I'm saying and agree with what I'm saying. This is the key to building the future. This is the true power in our world. It's the power of message and power of communication. I am sitting here in this chair doing the most powerful thing I can be doing by talking. And that's why it feels meaningful. I just never in a million years would have guessed anyone would be interested to hear what I have to think. So what a blessing it is to realize that they are. So thank you. Okay, next question is from Freefall. Regarding the business that you have built and expressed that you're wishing to sell, have you fully decided that you would like to make content creation your primary focus? Yes. And primary source of income? Yes. Don't leave your cap open, dude. Oh my God. Oh my God. Why are these people leaving these caps open? It's ridiculous. Amazona says, this is a question. I've heard on your videos you call it magenta. Yes, this is the color. The name of the pink color is magenta. It's a shade of pink, exactly. Yep. Not once has anyone ever said pink. I was confused for a while. Yeah, the pink color is magenta. It's the name of the color. Words mean what they mean. We have to agree. If you guys don't understand what I'm saying, then we don't agree, right? This is Wittgenstein. Regarding the business that you built and expressed that you're willing to sell, have you fully decided that you would like to make content creation your primary focus and primary source of income? Do you think that you will miss the outdoors work in some aspect? Can you see yourself being able to maintain the level of physical activity that it offers? Okay, so all of those questions are very interesting. First question. We see purple win a 3v2. Have I fully decided that I would like to make content creation my primary focus? This business, this project with Risk Television has been my primary job for the last 3 years, right? I've put in full-time hours for about 3 years at this point. Okay, let's start with that. It's not have I decided that I want this to be my primary job. I decided. I'm all in, okay? I'm all in on Risk content creation. The question of doing it to the exclusion of everything else, this summer was my last hurrah. I wanted to work outside because I was getting divorced. I wanted to earn the absolute maximum amount of money I could possibly earn, which, you know what? Doing a little bit of cutting grass, making what I make as an hourly rate, being outside in the summer one last time in my 41st year didn't sound like the worst thing in the world. I love being outside, okay? As far as the physical fitness aspect, I think the vanity component is starting to fall from me. I'm 40. So how interested I am in looking a certain way is starting to go away. And I think partially because it's inevitable that I will experience a decline in my physicality and my physical beauty, right? It is inevitable. So how long do we hang on to our vanity as a person, right? I want to look good. I think I look good. I don't know that I'll ever look great without an incredible amount of effort. So short of putting in that effort, I think it would be wise for me to dedicate, particularly now that I've discovered what this Risk project is actually worth, that my voice is valuable and meaningful. I think it is wise for me to put my time into this. And as far as physical fitness goes, I understand how to keep the fitness components, right? I have a 6-point theory for you guys who are new to sort of my wacky out there theories. I believe in a 6-part theory of human health, on an individual health basis. Human beings are healthy when they keep these 6 forces in balance or harmony, and that is diet, strength, which is weightlifting essentially, balance and flexibility, which is yoga, stretching, endurance, which is your cardiovascular health, diet, what I said, diet, strength, endurance, flexibility, sleep, and meditation. Now, of all the 6, I'm a sleep master. Hit it again. Lose all your troops again. I can't believe Purple's still alive. Set? It's a set. Ugh. Not even a good set. So of all of those elements, I have sleep on lock. I have the sleep component down. I'm a master sleeper, and I've been for most of my life. The meditation comes and goes. I think, yeah, balance, flexibility, open, balance, flexibility. Yeah, that's the yoga component. As far as diet goes, I'm very prone to addiction. So I like junk food. I like shitty food. I need to be very careful about not falling victim to drinking too much alcohol, to eating out too often, to eating too much shitty food. The weightlifting component, I like lifting. I need to do it more often. I think what the fuck is a master sleeper? When I lie down to go to sleep, I fall asleep within a minute, and I stay asleep all night. I have absolutely no trouble sleeping. Right? My partners in the past have expressed a lot of irritation at just how easily and quickly I can sleep almost anywhere. I can sleep on trains. I can sleep on planes. It is a superpower, I know. Did you have to practice that? Me too. Is that uncommon? Yes, it is uncommon. Right? There are some people who take like hours to fall asleep. Can you imagine how horrible that would be? Yeah. We all don't see. There's a superpower you had you didn't even realize you had. My husband is like that, Mallory says. I stare at him in anger as he sleeps fastly. I don't know if I'm allowed to ask this, but have you ever had a drug addiction? No. I love stimulants. I love caffeine. So yeah, I'm addicted to caffeine. I love stimulation, right? I love sex. I love food. I love fucking I love winning games of Risk, but I love intellectually stimulating pursuits. So I would say I'm addicted to learning. But my relationship with alcohol was always one where, once I got to the point where I was so depressed, that I thought about killing myself on a daily basis. Like, yeah, I would numb the pain with alcohol somewhat, and that wasn't really the man I aspired to be. So I've really had my journeys with trying to claw back from the throes of addiction. With a moderation of success from time to time, but right now I'm in a really good place. Right now I am firing on all cylinders. I wake up in the morning happy to do this work. I work super hard all day long, and I am very, very motivated to continue. So I don't think about killing myself ever. I realize just how important it is that the world needs me, that my voice is one that is appreciated. Finishing the thought on addiction, I suffer from lifelong depression, and finally correlating depression as an addictive process was very insightful for my own sort of mental health and growth as a human, right? Realizing that I was addicted to the excuse of just sitting around and doing fuck all was very insightful for me. Right? When you're depressed, you're like, well, life is gray and life is shitty and life doesn't mean anything, so I don't have to work hard because it doesn't matter. Well, guess what? What's the fucking solution, right? Realize you're not inside of that paradox, care about yourself, and move on. Hey, Buck's here, man. Thank you for the sub, Buck. Thank you so much, brother. Buck is a good dude. So long. That was a very long answer to a shorter question from Freefall. Do you think I'll be able to miss the outdoor? I think I will miss the outdoor work? Yes, absolutely. I will miss it tremendously. I love being outside in the summer. I love being outside in the winter less, if I'm honest. I think having lived through 40 Canadian winters, I'd be happy if I never saw snow again. But I do love being outside, and I think maintaining the level of physical activity, it comes down to those elements, right? Diet. Make sure I stretch, keep my spine straight, keep my core strong, make sure I move to keep my heart strong, and make sure I lift, to keep my muscles strong enough. I don't want to get big. I already weigh over 200 pounds, which I shouldn't. I don't really want to be a 200-pound guy. I think, 190 would suit me a lot better. At 6 feet tall, but, something like that. All right. Great. I've heard you speak on the situation you're currently going through with the divorce and housing, and I can't wait for you to overcome these hurdles. I can tell it's going to uplift you a lot more than you are naturally. I'm pretty uplifted, I gotta say. Like, the fact that I didn't lose my house, the fact that I was able to disengage from being married without a heartbreaking situation, without us hating each other's guts. I like the fact that I have to pay this woman off in a certain amount of time because that's extremely motivating for me to work really, really hard. And I like working really, really hard. He hits it again. This guy's just charging up. He's just charging up his battery to fucking smoke me again. Poor Purple. You lost your capital and you're still alive. Oh, poor Purpy boy. Little Purple. Littlest Purple. What could have happened to the little Purple boy? He wants to lose all his troops again, doesn't he? The littlest Purple boy. Alex the Beast says, I would have quit this game 20 times when I was purple. Yeah, he's just charging up. He's waiting for that set. That's why I'm keeping this cap super fucking strong, because you know he's going to punch it again. You know he's going to punch it again. Fact, sometimes the extra push gives the best motivation. I can work really hard in bursts in my life. There have been periods of time in my life where I have worked very hard, and I'm grateful for those periods of time. You going to break red? No, he's not. No, he's removing from the pocket. He's afraid of me. Magenta's like, I don't know how I'm going to beat Pete either. Yeah, well, I have 3 capitals. And I'm playing them correctly. I don't give a fuck about this board. I give a fuck about holding all 3 capitals. Okay. Our next question is from TD Maps, brackets, Zachary, he, him. Wow, that's a lot of words. I would like to know more about why you like cats. Here is a picture of my good boy named Moose. And let us share Moose with the stream and with the YouTubes. Folks, this is Moose. This is Zachary's good boy. He looks like a good boy, and it looks like Zachary plays Magic the Gathering, because that's a Star City Open playmat. Magic the Gathering, big fan. Okay, Zachary. Why do I like cats? I think cats are beautiful animals. I think cats are absolutely some of the best company I've ever had. I waited for the longest time to meet a cat that would be mine, that would be my buddy. Reginald is my best friend. He is exactly who I dreamed he would be. Right? Once I fell in love with an orange male named Mr. Fish, and Mr. Fish was our cat, and he lived to be 21 years old. And when he passed, I was like, I want an orange male. I want him to be mine. Lose all your troops? He's still kicking, this guy. Still kicking, waiting to suicide into me. Good on you, Purple. Good on you, Purple. I love you too, buddy. It's coming in next turn, I think. We're waiting for it. We're ready. We're ready for the Sue Studio. Okay. Yeah, Reginald is like, he's my dream, you know? Reggie was adopted from Kijiji. Have I read any Epictetus yet? Yes, I have. Cats choose to love you, right? Cats are they're not programmed to love you. They don't have to love you. You form a real relationship with a cat, right? You choose them, they choose you. So that's part of why I love them. They have such personalities too. They don't give a fuck. If we could live like cats, we could aspire to live like cats. You know? What is it? In Islam, cats are the only animal that can enter the mosque. Spiritually clean. That's beautiful. Cats are truly clean spirits in Islam, eh? Mr. Fish and Reginald, yes, he's a sweet boy. How are you doing tonight, dude? Hope you're having a great evening. Hey, thanks, Novus. Howdy, Pete. What's up? Pete, drink water, you're drunk? I am not, sir. This is not a rum and energy drink. I do not control 3 capitals in a fixed capital game where almost everyone's still alive, and I am not answering questions on my Discord. And our next question is from you, Case. Curious about your thoughts on the Advanced Europe progressive game, or any other prog caps game for that matter. When the fog lifts and it becomes clear that the player currently being blocked will lead you to being blocked next, are we supposed to stall the game and trade cards with the player being blocked to delay our own demise? Granted, each board is going to be different with different psychological traits for each player. But if I want to win, and I've chosen what turned out to be a bad mid to late game cap, do I extend the game that much longer, or do I try for better placement, take my lumps, chalk it up to experience, and aim for a better cap next time and hope the damn RNG cooperates? You Case, you're asking a question that is a tad outside of my wheelhouse, in the sense that I do not try, nor do I aspire to play games of caps that stalemate like you are discussing. If I'm getting to the point where I have to talk about card blocking, I have already failed. So I am not the person to answer good strategic advice about card blocking. Now, that said, the way I would answer your question is this. The key part of your question that I would like to pay attention to is this sentence. Are we supposed to stall the game and trade cards with the player being blocked to delay our own demise? When you use a word like suppose, you are calling upon some sort of sense of accepted theory. I would argue that there is no hard rule or accepted theory, and it's very easy for me to say that, given that I am one of the most loud public risk theorists there is. Okay? So my position on talking about risk theory basically comes down to this idea that there is no objectively correct situation for risk. And always bearing in mind what are your goals and your objectives, right? Is your goal to win the game? Is the most important thing for you to win this game? If not, yes, then what? What are your other goals? Well, I assume you have a life. So I assume there's a time cost and there's a point of diminishing returns after which the game no longer becomes fun. Okay? Third premise. If you are not having fun, you are losing the game. So if we follow this logic out, yes, I want to play to win. Yes, I will go into games playing to win, particularly if there are stakes like my rank, like my show, like a tournament, any sort of competition. I'm going to play to win. But also, my time is not free. And I am well aware of the fact that if I am having a bad time playing a game that should be fun, then I'm losing the game by my own definition. So always keep that in mind, right? What is your time worth? Are you willing to sacrifice more of it to maybe get a higher placement? Do you need this win? Are you trying to prove something with this win? Or would you be happy to just take a slightly higher placement, sue out, and go do something else? Up to you. You get to decide that. I'm not going to sit here and tell you what's correct or incorrect. I'm going to sit here and tell you that it is 100% your decision to make. And you're never wrong because it's up to you. And it was a great question, and that's my answer. Thank you, Truth Powers, with the riggedy raid. How you doing, Truth? Do I have a favorite color in Magic? Yeah, I'm a red mage. So I'm a red mage, but also because I played Commander, I became an Izzet mage, right? Because you need the blue. Izzet is blue and red in Magic the Gathering. So I became a blue and red mage just because I wanted to build up. You have to refill your cards, and the only way to get cards, the best way to get cards in Commander is blue. I mean, green is pretty good too. Great answer. Thank you. Yeah, thanks a lot. I'm trying to answer these questions as best as I can. I did a bunch in the Twitch chat. I'll try to answer a few. I'm in high school. What's your opinion on college or the army or whatever? Joby Goby. My opinion on college is very different than my opinion on the army. So let's start with that. So I have a university degree in philosophy, which qualifies me to do as I do, which is mow lawns. And I like to make that joke because it's apt. We mow lawns. We like mowing lawns. It's fun. It's good, honest work. But also, I never in a million years would have dreamed that my philosophy degree would have led me to this circumstance where I am qualified to talk to you guys about game theory or whatever branch of philosophy this crazy Q&A has. This crazy Q&A touches on, but I digress. The army. The way I approach the conversation about the army is I am not oblivious to the fact that we exist and are defended by those who are willing to sacrifice and make the ultimate sacrifice for our freedom and our safety. With that said, my personal moral convictions as a bit of a pacifist preclude me from earnestly thinking about engaging with the army because the ultimate logical route of working in the armed forces means I would have to be willing to kill another person. I don't know that I am. And I also don't know that I want to find out. So I'm very grateful. You can call a pacifist a coward if you'd like, but I'm very grateful that I live in a world where I don't have to make that decision. Truth says philosophy is a junk degree for a lot of people. Yeah, it was a junk degree for me. But to be fair, Truth, it was the only thing I was interested in learning at the time, right? So I pursued my earnest interest in university, and I also grew up in a fairly affluent neighborhood. Almost everyone from my high school went to university, which is rare, as I've come to understand. So it was just expected that that's what I was going to do. And if I had never done it, and I just spent the same money I spent on university, I never went into debt, right, either. And I never had the college experience, right? If you went down and lived in residence and like party, and bang a lot of chicks and like have a great time, like cool, that would be awesome. I didn't have that college experience. I had I'm living at home. I'm living with my parents. I'm saving all my pennies to go to school to not go into debt. And now I own a house. So, trade-offs. I'm glad I don't, if I went back, would I get a different degree? If I went back now, I would get a psych degree and or an econ degree. I'm interested in psychology, I'm interested in economics, and I'm very interested in the ways in which those apply. Those are basically the practical applications of philosophy in our world. Yeah, game's still going well for me. Dicey says, I really appreciate how forward you are with overcoming your depression. I've tripped 4 times and counting after you realized you hated yourself because you didn't do what you needed to and deep down you wanted to. How did that translate to action? Was that all the motivation you needed? It seems I'm in a similar position, it seems. Okay. Well, for me, it did really just come down to about action. Like, the thing about depression is it gives you this really great excuse to do nothing, right? And for me, and I know this isn't true for most people, but maybe this isn't true for all people, but for me, my happiness is very much derived from action. My happiness is derived from the gradual progression and incremental progression towards my goals, and not necessarily the attainment of those goals. So I very much enjoy the ride. I'm part of the process. And just hanging out, being along for the ride is what I'm all about. Like, I love this journey with Risk. I win some games, I lose some games, I talk to some interesting people. We learn a lot together. That is fun for me. Reginald! We were just talking about you, sir. Would you like to come inside for the evening? You would? Are you going to pester me for an hour and a half for your dinner? You will? Oh, goodness gracious. Ladies and gentlemen, we got Reginald Schmopus Boy Geech, possessor of the finest flumpus meat from all of southern Ontario and western New York, it seems to be. Reginald, you are my dream. You are everything I wished you would be. I love you so much, and I appreciate all of your strategic knowledge, sir. No, don't bug me until it's dinner time. Okay. So you see, I'm trying not to close off the 32 cap down. Black has bought it. I'm happy to actually take the same card for a while. Still waiting on that Sue from the 43, but oh, we got a CG raid. Thank you, CG Live. Thank you, sir. How was your stream this evening? This is CG Plays, folks. Please give him a follow if you don't already know. This is Bathroom Break Raid? What do you mean Bathroom Break Raid? If you don't already know, CG is currently the largest YouTuber making risk content. He makes territorial content, and he is a very, very talented content creator. So we are grateful to have his ear from time to time. Thank you for the raid. Appreciate you, man. Yeah, I hope you've been having fun on Twitch. So. Oh, thanks, Open. Thanks for the gifted. Yeah, man. CG is quite... Would have been an econ degree if my parents didn't expect me to do STEM. Yeah. I mean, look, I'm not here to tell anyone what they should do with school. I think my experience with school is not typical, and I don't really... I'm not really like most people. I don't learn like most people. I like to think for myself and make up my own mind about absolutely everything. So school really didn't resonate with me. I don't learn like that. That's okay. Not everyone has to, right? Would I go back and do it again? Probably not. I would have saved the money and started a business earlier and spent more time and more money on that business, because I've just been such a serial entrepreneur all my life. All right, I'm just sick of this pot brewing with purple. Sorry, purple. Sucks to suck, I guess. Oh yeah, we kill him. Too bad, eh? He waited for so long to not get his revenge on me. That dude waited for so long. Oh man, poor guy. Poor guy. Okay, where were we in the Q&A? We just responded rather to UK's asking about Europe Advanced, and I'm saying basically I don't want to play prog caps that have to get into card blocking. That's really not my vibe. We're in a 3-player game now with magenta and red. We're probably going to win this game through attrition. This game could go forever. Does the 50 move out? It doesn't. He's going to stack on my capitals instead of red. If he sues into my capitals, he gives the game to red. I don't see why he would do that. No ghost. caps with progressive, how do you avoid stalemates? Have you seen any of my take on the meta settings, right? When I play prog caps on Europe Advanced, it rarely stalemates. I play it as a very hunting style. And I also don't play high skill opponents. So having open lobbies gives you the opportunity to have all sorts of wacky shenanigans. General Bala following up says, I think you, Case, and I have questions about the same video that you put out the other day, Europe Advanced Meta, when you captured North Africa. The red player broke you in Spain, and then North Africa you blasted them pretty harshly. You then pivoted to remove their exteriors, however, they removed you and locked them behind you. My question is, if you were the red player, he's not referring to a video. Not referring to a video, it's hard. Okay, 19 divided by 3 6s. These ones are a little, so 7 and 7. Got our card here. Yeah. Okay. I'm actually going to open the line down off the 50 in case he wants to take black's capital, because it'll be good for both of us long term if magenta rather does, because that will weaken him slightly, but also give him a better position long term and help with the contesting red. He doesn't seem to be contesting red. He seems to be contesting me. I'm equal to red, but I have a better position. Good. He backs off. I like that better. Okay. You then pivoted to remove their exterior positions. However, they removed you and locked you behind them. My question is, if you were the red player and I was, what would you have done differently compared to what they did in the game? Allow a player trapped behind you to get stronger. Allow them to... Okay, so the reason I know this game, the reason I blasted this guy is initially because I didn't realize that we were in the same situation. We were both locked. We were both fucked. We killed ourselves. We didn't even know it. So we end up both locked in this pocket, and someone had double locked us in, and then we go picking off our exteriors. We both die that game. That's an attrition battle. The only way you fix that is by picking better capitals. But of course, when you're playing these capital games in Fog, sometimes you pick a dead capital, which is what happened to me in this case. But don't worry, folks. I got a lot of different scenarios in I got a lot of different scenarios in my caps games to show you guys, so don't you worry. There's a lot more where that came from. I can close off the bottom, I guess. 1 2 3 1 2 3 and 1 2 3. Equal capitals is good. We're slowly building up. We're never going to take a meaningful hit this game. We have 3 caps. We're never going to lose them. So as long as we can outweight magenta and red, we win. If either of these guys bought out, I win. It would basically take them coordinating on me to win, and they can't because there's no alliances. So I'm almost sure I have this game in the bag, and I have an infinite amount of time to talk to you guys until that happens, which is lovely. This is fixed. Yeah. Yeah, these are my torture settings. I like this a lot. It gives me a lot of time to chat. Yeah, General Bala, I found myself in a situation where I didn't realize it at first, but me and the red players you were discussing were both dead, and we just didn't know it. And once I realized that he was doing it correctly, right, trying to pick off my exteriors and lock me in the pocket, well, good on him, I guess. We both died. We both killed ourselves with our cap choice, basically. How long will you guess this game goes on, all things going? There's no mechanism to cause this game to end. These are my torture settings because you just have to outweigh your opponent. There is no game mechanism to cause it to end. The only mechanism that causes it to end is humans. Players giving up, quitting, botting, disconnecting, or suiciding. But even when they suicide because you keep almost all your troops on capital, you don't lose it. Like red has 155 troops, but only 43 of his troops are on capital. So he's got about 30-ish% of his troops on capital. I have 153 troops. I have 2 troops less than him. I have 100% of my troops on capital. Why? Because I know how to play these settings. And I will win this game. You just have to outweight. Also, I'm not exactly sure what magenta is doing threatening that 50 cap. I don't know what he's thinking. He might get the bright idea to go down, take the 14, 15, 16 at some point. Boop, boop, boop. But if he did, it would be easier for him to go this way. It would be a cheaper line. go 15, 16 rather than 11, 14, 16. Right? That's an additional 11. It's an additional 10 troops he doesn't need to hit. They are kind of torture. That's why I call them torture, man. These are torture settings. I love them. You get to be with people forever. Yeah, or until the game ends. The game will end suddenly. I'll find myself in a 1v1 and then I will win in the 1v1. Solochin says, I'm having trouble using some of your techniques against other beginner players. I really don't know what I'm doing wrong. What do you mean by techniques, right? What settings are you playing? Okay, folks. Our next question is from Degors. 1. Hey, Pete. I often notice people react by name calling prior to having all the information. How do you take on playing an emotionally charged game without allowing those emotions to dictate your play? Is name calling used as a dismissal method? Name calling. Okay, so I try my best not to blindly utilize name calling. I think there is a time and a place for it. Is the game always emotional? I don't think the game of Risk is always emotional. I think it's often emotional. A dismissal method? I don't need to dismiss anyone. I know exactly who I am and where I stack up, right? I'm not the best. Guys, I'll tell you right now, I'm not the best Risk player out there. I'm not. I have my titles. I have my accomplishments. I'm not going to tell you how good I am. I can definitely tell you I'm not the best. But it's a show me, don't tell me kind of show. So I don't need to show you. I don't need to tell you how good I am. I can show you. So a dismissal method? Suffice to say, Degors, I don't need to dismiss anybody. I'm extremely comfortable with where I'm at in this game. UTG is the best Risk player according to truth. That is an opinion. All right. I believe that currently the best Risk player in the game is Arco. And I've said this. I believe Arco is the best player in the game right now. All right. We got a question from our YouTube commenters. This is from Remco Hartfeld, who I know comments a ton. So I just wanted to shout him out and say, I've chosen to read this one out on the... Hey, the Killbeat Strategy. What are your thoughts about last Tuesdayism? This was an introduction to Occam's razor. The idea that the world came into existence last Tuesday, all memories and evidence of what became for last Tuesday also came into existence last Tuesday. It is an undisprovable theory, as all evidence you give that the universe existed before just came into existence last Tuesday. This tells us that in science, an undisprovable theory is ridiculous to entertain, as even gravity is disprovable. Should facts be different? Drop an apple and it floats, and you disprove gravity. Okay. Well, I mean, the most important thing to understand about the scientific method is that science is not a method of truth. It is a method of falsifiability. So we are never going to discover truth. We're not trying to discover truth. It's not meaningful to try. But we can attempt to falsify. And in that, I think we find a lot of meaning in what you are using the word fact to describe. So I have a tricky time with fact. As a philosopher, right, my epistemology does not require things to be certainly true. I actually have very low confidence that things are true. I have extremely low confidence in just about everything. I have low confidence in the story I'm being told. I have low confidence in trust in institutions. What is Magenta doing? He opens my capital. I'm getting the vibe from Magenta's play that he's quite good, but I'm not going to fall for any of your simple shit, is the problem. Last Tuesdayism, I mean, the moon is made out of cheese. How do you disprove it? Well, for the longest time, nobody went up there. It was super expensive and required years of effort, and millions of dollars to get to the moon, and some people still don't even believe that we did it. So how do you prove it? How do you prove the moon? Prove the moon isn't made out of cheese. It's stupid. It's a waste of time, right? Like, I trust what my senses tell me to the most part. Okay, so red's botting. I'm in a 1v1 with magenta. No, red no longer botted. Red's back. Okay, good. Good to know. Red's stalling rather than botting. Well, that means it's time to make another beverage. Okay. Oh, the schmunculus man. Oh, the schmunculus man is here. How you doing, buddy? Good kitty? You aren't a good kitty, really? I thought you were pretty good. I thought you had a good day. Hmm? Sleeping and snuggling. Being a good boy. Being my good boy. Oh, yes. Hey, Risk Grandmaster Olive XC with the raid. What's up, Olive? Yes, you did. Thank you, sir. I hope you had a great stream, bro. There's a tummy smack in there for you, buddy. I love you. When Reggie talks in your head, how does his voice sound? I'm gonna eat you. No, that's not what he says. He's a sweet boy. Reggie's a good boy. Okay, we're hitting some black now. We're unnecessarily hitting black because we want Asia. You know, the strange thing about this game, I think magenta lets him hold Asia. Because he's hoping that will contest the caps. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have 269 caps. We're very near to a third. And I would like you to all get your dabs ready for the triple 69 cap moment, okay? Does everyone have their dabs ready? Get your dabs handy, folks. Because we are going to call upon the power of the dabulation to win this game of Risk. I hope you guys understand what is at stake. And you're here with me. Take the dab. I know you can't handle the hummus, but you have to. Get ready. Cue that dab up. It's going to be quite a moment, folks. I'm going to set. I'm going to put those troops down. And we dab on that. And we dab on that, ladies and gentlemen. And we dab on that, ladies and gentlemen. And we dab on that, ladies and gentlemen. And we dab. Oh, that's a whole lot of dabs, baby. That's a whole lot of dabs, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go. Dabba time. Dabba dabba. Little dabble, do ya? Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness gracious me. Woo-hoo. That's a lot of dabs, folks. That is a lot of dabs. Oh, my goodness. Hey, open with the gifted. Oh, baby. Ah. Oh, yeah. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness gracious. Buck says, in order to accept the moon as cheese, we would have to accept the moon is made of solidified, fermented dairy products. We know how cheese is made here on Earth. We know what happens when it rots. We also know in the absence of oxygen, cheese hardens and crystallizes. Crystallized cheese is brittle and falls apart easily. We know that spinning items are subject to centrifugal forces and would cause the crystallized and brittle nature of cheese to fall apart. So you're saying the moon could not be made out of cheese because it would disintegrate in the process of his own orbit. Science! Fact! Ladies and gentlemen, we see Red locking down that Asia. He's ready. Red wants to take Asia. I think Magenta is now coming to realize that it's a foregone conclusion that I win this game, and he should sue into Red and take second. But hey, we can play this out as long as we want because we're the Peatmen. And we have the power of the dabulation, folks. All right. Our next question is from Truth Powers. Hey, Truth, you still in the chat? Yes, he is. He's right here. I'm going to answer your question. Truth, what is your opinion on the situation of SMG removing the Russia maps following the Ukrainian invasion? Oh, baby. Do I have a lot to say about that? All right. Well, what's the principle? The first thing I will say about Russia... Okay, first of all, how about we talk about the facts before we talk about the principle? Let's talk about the facts. There were 4 maps in this game that are no longer in this game. These 4 maps were Simple Moscow, which was a shitty small map. Moscow Advance, which was a top tier prog map and one of my favorite maps in the game. Russia, which was a very good prog map. And Russia Advanced, which was slightly, arguably better, arguably worse, okay? What SMG did upon the invasion of Ukraine by Russia was made a bold statement. They said, we are going to fix the geopolitical system. We are going to take a stand. And we are going to remove content that previously existed and our players enjoyed. Because the existence of these maps is political? Okay, so what is the principle? Truth? The principle is that a business, in my opinion, has absolutely nothing to do with politics, should have absolutely nothing to do with politics, has no right to involve themselves in politics in any way, right? And I think a political sphere that accepts, allows, condones, or encourages businesses to involve themselves in politics is a mistake. I have businesses. My businesses are decidedly apolitical. I do not presume to tell you using my business what I believe politically. You guys might have noticed that I do not presume to tell you with my work here what I believe politically. What I believe politically is my business. And I do not proselytize. What that means is I'm not trying to convert you to my religion. Okay? I think the heavy-handed approach that businesses take in making their politics public is grotesque. I think businesses have absolutely no business involving themselves in politics. And I use that phrasing, I use that sentence very specifically. Businesses have no business involving themselves in politics. So, what do I think about them taking the maps away. Well, it's an awful shame that we, as paying customers of Risk, and I know they've actually, they felt so bad about this terrible decision that they've actually, they gave us 4 free maps in replacement of the maps that they took away. And they added them to different map packs, so those map packs would be full and worth buying. But like, why not just sell your content for money? I mean, look, I have a couple of expectations of gestures and sentiments, political gestures and sentiments when I experience them, that I don't often receive on the other side. It is, does this political gesture or sentiment have a likelihood of working? And is it reasonable? Okay. Removing content from a video game because one country was mean to another country seems like a very knee-jerk or juvenile response. I think we should get those maps back yesterday. That's what I think, truth. And I think I'm doing my Map Master Monday project. I think I will have some very choice things to say when we get to those maps. Because despite the fact that I am not able to play with them, I will be able to use footage that existed from before. And I can show you guys how great these maps are that we lost. Maybe we can talk about what we've lost. Great question. Thank you for asking it. Man, there's a lot of people in this chat tonight. How's everyone doing? I know with the Q&A shows, I sometimes ignore chat. 250 people are watching me play on a Sunday night. Holy shit, guys. How's everyone? How's everyone? We got a very lively chat going, don't we? Aries says, I've only seen the game on the Russia maps. I've only heard great things. The Moscow Advanced map was the Season Cowboy one. The Moscow Advanced map was the semis. So Moscow Advanced Progressive with Fog finally put on cap. No, he doesn't. He doesn't put on cap. I'm confused about Purple's game. Magenta rather. Magenta seems to want to give the game to Red. Which he can do, right? Like in the 3-player scenario, Magenta allowing Red to expand to the extent he has. I mean, suing into me, it'll give Red the W. I mean, even then, though, I still get second. Ely Fine. I usually watch your content on YouTube, so it's nice to see you live. Thanks for your gameplay and entertainment, Pete. You're welcome. You're welcome. Raj says, this is my first time watching you on stream, but I'm watching your YouTube. You guys are amazing. Lovely people. Really, truly. Can you explain a few things to me? He says, will of the people. Do you play Risk casually different? Also, why is the European turtle a good move? People just continuously break your borders. Okay, so I would love it if I was able to. This might be friendly, actually. Magenta giving me cards. I would love it if I was able to answer all the YouTube questions. I would love it if I was able to answer all the Twitch questions. What I would like and ask is, in order to keep this priority sequence somewhat intact, come on down to my Discord, come on down to my Q&A thread, throw up a question in my Q&A, and we will get it answered in priority sequence. Our next question is from Icarus Arena. Hello, Pete! I've only ever played Analog Risk, but I've been binge watching your YouTube videos while I work, and I haven't seen it in any of the videos, but is there a way to limit troop counts on territories? No, we don't have that as an option. It'd be super cool if we did, because this is very much a rule in Analog Risk, right? You can have a thing where it's like you can only have so many troops on a territory. Okay, Red's trying to box me in Africa. doesn't really box me in per se. It just... I mean, at any time I can punch this guy very hard. We'll see how the cookie crumbles. I don't think they're working together, is the thing. I just think Magenta wants red to win for whatever reason. I mean, they lose patience before I do. I'm in the best strategic position. I could see it leading to longer match times, but also changing strategies where you may need to attack from more than one territory to push through defenses. Thanks for the work you do. Have a great night. Okay. Simple way I always answer this is more modes are better than less. If we had the ability to control maximum troop counts on a territory, that would be a cool nod to turn. We could do interesting things with tournaments. We could do interesting things with caps. Caps would become a lot more like 70%. Has there ever been talks of an objective mode in Risk Online like there's in the real game? So in the Grandmaster tournament and originally in the Assassins tournament, which I was the inaugural champion, as a matter of fact, we played Mission Risk, right? So the goal of the Assassins is make one kill, specifically kill your target. And if you kill your target, you win. And if someone kills your target, then they become your target. Simple mode. Loved it. Did I skip your question? What's your question, Tombstone? I didn't mean to skip your... I would never skip your... Where's your question? I don't see it. I don't see it in the Q&A, buddy. Yeah, you're not in priority or in regular. Ask it again, Tombstone. We can answer it. I would never skip your question, bro. Okay, so yeah, Icarus Arena, just to finish the question, what would we do about troop cap maxes? I think troop cap maxes are very interesting knob to turn. I would love to see more modes. Always. More modes better than less. Next question from Williams JJ. Hi, Pete. Thank you for your comment on your practice round for video suggesting. I send you the link to the video. It'd be interesting to hear your thoughts on. Video stay some more news on Jordan Peterson. What is this? Oh, this one. Yes. I remember this. We're talking about Jordan Peterson. Are we ready for this? Okay, I am ready for this, but we're not going to do it now because I'm in a game, so I have to do the whole why is Jordan Peterson good and why is Jordan Peterson bad thing at some point. And I'm down to do that because he's both, right? As is everyone you've ever met. But we'll get there. Williams JJ, we're going to put a pin in this. Maybe I'll answer it after the stream, where I can bring up both the pro and the con side, so I can show you guys the difference. I feel like I can translate what this guy says. That's how I think about it. Like, I can speak Jordan Peterson-ese. And I can tell you when he comes off well, and I can tell you when he comes off poorly, because I can feel it too. But that's not to say that he doesn't have some incredibly valuable shit to offer. It's also not to say that he doesn't have fucking that he also doesn't miss the mark. So what I'm trying to offer, I suppose, is a balanced take, which you guys probably are not used to hearing. Someone who both likes and dislikes the topic. What is ping on in Canada? Ping on? What's that? I'm going to publish it on YouTube. This whole thing is a Q&A show. So these go on repeat with some regularity. I think red trying to card block me is dumb. I don't actually have to take action, though. What's he getting a turn? Same as me still, right? Except the vast majority of his troops are off cap. Okay. Mioi would like to know, Dear Pete, I'm curious what you think about the Aaron Gunn documentaries. Most well known as Vancouver is Dying / Canada is Dying. But I thought the rest was interesting also. As someone who believes in having an open conversation on political topics rather than representative democracy, did you get anything out of his work? Haven't you watched it? Why? I've never heard about this. This is the first time I've heard about Aaron Gunn. Aaron Gunn documentary. People are not linking me shit, right? You want me to read or listen? Vancouver is Dying. Politics Explained. That was fucking horrible.
We begin with breaking news tonight.
Canada is dying? Oh no, that doesn't sound very good. Homelessness, drug addiction, surging violent crime, all in one. Western civilization's most prosperous societies. How did we get here and who's to blame? Okay, I can watch this. Maybe I can listen to it while I work tomorrow. Egyptian Lobster says, Red trying to build to take the Southern American capital. Yeah, I mean, that would be a good move for Red. Him threatening me is not a good move. But Magenta's enabling, so... It's possible they're on the same team. After this long, of neither of them breaking, it's possible they're on the same team. Do you usually listen to something while you mow lawns? I listen to my own show now, as a rule. I listen to everything I publish before I publish, or almost everything before I publish it, because I really want to make sure that it is not absolute garbage. So far, so good. Absolute garbage. Okay. I'll give it a listen, Mioi. Thank you for the suggestion. So Magenta's still in a distant third, 243 troops to my 333, but they're not hitting anything meaningful, and they're basically enabling Red to catch up. So I think Magenta's line to win is to hope that I piss off Red and hit some Red stacks. My line to win is the same, except I have way more troops than Magenta. So I think if Red does conquer the board, it's more likely they hit Magenta than it is that they hit me, because Magenta will have off-cap troops. Yeah, he's gonna take Asia and shit, right? I'm surprised he hasn't already. How long is the queue of the Q&A? We've made a lot of progress. Right now I'm answering questions from August 24th. So we're a month behind. We've built it back up to a month behind. Okay, our next question is from Random Hero 477. Pete, you mentioned on one of your streams that you were considering teaching a philosophy course. When can I get more information? Ladies and I am going to catch up, Mal. I'm just not going to catch up in a single episode. Where can we get more information? Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, I am proud to announce the first repeat philosophy course will be taught. We're looking at this Saturday, and that would be Saturday the 30th, the final day of September. I think I have the Hot Buns World Tour in the morning. Okay, so it looks like we're doing an 11 a.m. Not confirmed, but it looks like we're doing an 11 a.m. Hot Buns World Tour final against such all-stars as Poorly Played Risk, also known as Mallory Lynn, and Aries the Fox in chat. Yes. We got two and myself. We got 3 of the 6 competitors in this chat as we speak. Folks, I will be there with bells on. I think after what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch to Freepeat on YouTube, and we are going to do the premiere course, which will be about an hour, where I go over the work of a philosopher who has had a lot of influence in my thinking. I would like to teach a course on Peter Joseph. So Peter Joseph is the main creative force behind the Zeitgeist movement, the Zeitgeist films, and more recently, a new human rights movement, book, podcast, etc. I feel like the philosophy of Peter Joseph is misunderstood and as easily misunderstood by myself as anyone else. Okay, he's taking the cap now. Okay, he's good. He's ready to take the black cap here. Magenta's getting into this game now. He's gonna kill black and take the black capital. So what we're going to do on Saturday is we are going to do about an hour of React commentary on a lecture Peter Joseph did with regards to the new human rights movement, and then we're going to take questions. And we're going to go over the structure of the course. I'm going to teach a course on all 3 Zeitgeist films: Zeitgeist, Zeitgeist Addendum, and Zeitgeist Moving Forward, and then we're going to move on into the work he is doing with the new human rights movement. Peter Joseph is a structuralist philosopher. He talks about systems design, and his primary position is that our quality of life, our public health, and the way that we self-actualize in this world basically comes down to questions of economy, and understanding and fixing the economy is crucial to understanding and fixing basically every other downstream negative consequence of human life, right? What is Red doing? I think Red is backing off to give. I think Red and Magenta are the same person. I think Red is backing off to give Magenta the line on the black cap here. If Magenta goes in here, takes a second capital, they'll be a lot happier, right? They're going to go like this: pop, pop at some point, and then they'll be generative at 7 a turn. We got push-ups. People want me to do push-ups? All right, we're going to do a quick physical redeem. So, folks, if you're just hanging out, you want to move, get out your seat, move a bit, and stretch with me, and do some push-ups, and do some lifter. Let me just play my turn. You know what I think would be funny? Keep your troops on your capital. You the same guy? What are you going to do? May end up giving the game to red. We'll see. Yeah. Yeah, you keep your troops on your capital. That's what I thought you do. All right, now we got the blood flowing. These guys are not going to let me hold Africa. There's no chance to let me hold Africa. Sweet home Alabama. Sure, Tombstone. Oh, okay, I see. You asked didn't hear. Pete, I've recently been watching some documentaries about the Freemasons. What are your thoughts on the organization? I admit to you that I don't actually know a ton about them. Does red break? He doesn't appear to be breaking. He does. Yeah, fair enough. Doesn't open too. At least magenta was opening. I loved hitting that many I loved hitting that many unguarded troops in magenta. That felt so fucking good. It felt too good. Like, that was my last chance to strike him back down to a place where there's really no chance for him to win, right? I'm 100 troops under red, but he's 150 troops under me. And he was going to get a second capital and start building up. Then we would equalize, which I don't want. I want this game to stay very unequal. I'm going to open my cap again. Cool. Fine. Totally fine. Raphael Larazzolo. Oh, it's good. This is really good. I know Sweet Home Alabama. I could sing Sweet Home Alabama. I'm happy to do Skynyrd. Skynyrd's a good band. You might be here for a while still. How deep are we? An hour and 50? Sorry, an hour and 30 into the game? I mean, getting those 3 caps early and just not losing them. You think Red take Asia soon? They should have already. Because Magenta wasn't bringing them, right? What are your thoughts on tattoos? I find tattoos very gross. On myself and on other people. I think they're super gross. And I can't understand why anyone would like them. What is my background in philosophy? I have a bachelor's. I have a bachelor's degree in philosophy. Dicey says, I hate when I see an attractive woman then find out she's a tattoo. I'm completely unattracted to them after. Well, that's extreme. That's extreme. You got to allow other people to do what they like and what they find beautiful. Right? And a person being attracted to you. If a person being attracted to you is only a physical dimension, then I think you're missing out on a lot of potential depth in human attraction and variability. But that said, I agree. I find too many tattoos kind of gross. Only on a physical level, though. Did he leave North America? Can I have North America? No, he doesn't want to give it to me. He doesn't want to give me shit. I don't blame you, Red. But like, if see, the thing is, if Red and I work together, we could actually like conquer. You know what? This is what a good move looks like, folks. Now I'm going to be getting plus 10 a turn. So they won't be able to touch me in terms of generation. He can fucking take Asia. Right now I have 4 capitals. Like, what are you going to do? I'm going to win this fucking game, guys. Chad says, are you tempted to take Black's capital? Bro! Gross is a great word to describe. Yeah, I think it's a little gross, man. I think it's a little gross. That's it. Yeah. But you know what? That's okay. Oh! Sue? Full Sue? Partial Sue. What's our plan? Please put troops off capital. Please. Let me hit off cap troops you again. As I showed you, I was willing to. Perfect. I love you. I love how bad Magenta plays. Magenta is just like, ah, man, I really want Red to win. Like, okay, so then I get second. You don't win, you lose the game. What a guy. I'm going to let Red take South America, or let Red take Asia? Yeah. Now Red takes Asia, because Red's like, wow, Magenta's just fucking with Pete. Not yet. Yeah. Interesting move. Interesting move. Okay, 11 a turn, folks. Sue me. Fucking sue me. Give me a second. I'll beat you. Sue me. Sue me. Let's go. 100 v 61. Let's go. Sue me. Yes. Sue me. Let's go. Do it. You know you want to. Didn't think so. Remember you thought Magenta was kind of good? Well, he's trying to make things happen. He's just impatient. Right? If Magenta wanted to advance the game state, he should have taken the Peru cap at some point, which he didn't. Now I have it, right? So now I'm in a plus 11 generative position. And on a long enough time scale, I go back to parity with Red, because what's Red getting? Red's getting 9 now. And like he's using, what's his ratio of off-cap troops? So he's 445. So 445, 86 on cap. So he's like 25% on. No, he's under. He's like 20% on. I don't want to take black cards. Kill 40 troops for 4 cards. 4 cards are worth 12 troops. I go very negative on killing black, right? Having the 15-5 buffer here is quite nice, actually. There's nothing in it for me to kill black right now. I'll close off this capital. I don't care. Right? Red, in order to maintain advantage, has to have 80% off-cap troops. I have 100% on-cap troops, and I'm getting more troops than him. Right? I win this game. I have the inevitability now. How is Jackbox? Hey, Drew. How you doing, man? Jackbox was fun. I played, what's it called? Trivia Murder Party, and surprise, surprise, I won again. Sebi put up a good fight, though. Sebi came into a really solid lead, stole the body back, almost had it. The old Peteman on his almost perfect run of Trivia Murder Party. Steve says, when I search on your best behavior in my podcast app, I don't see your podcast. Is there an easy way to find it? If you look at my videos, they're videos on the channel. They're all videos, right? They come along with playlist. Why would I just give it to you? Waiting on your best behavior podcast. Here's the link. Get shareable link. Link copy to clipboard. Oh, did Magenta finally quit? Here it is. There is the podcast link, guys. Finally, Magenta quit. Yay. I'm in a 1v1 with Red. They outnumber me, but I'm in a much better position. Let's see if Magenta stays dead. What's up, Liam? How are you? Okay, Red sets gets the 8. We got a dude's trade. He's back? Yep. He's back. Okay. The patience on Magenta is impressive. Because there's no world where he doesn't get last. He's fighting for last. Maybe if he sues me now, there's a chance he gets, and he coordinates with Red somehow. There's a chance he gets second, but there's really no chance. Oh. If Red utilized all off-cap troops, could they take the game over in your position? Can they take the game over my position? No, because they would have to hit my capitals, which they can't do, right? In order to hit a capital, you should lose like 2-1. Magenta's just so pissed off at me. He doesn't realize that I've already won the game. If he wanted to make me lose, he could right now. He could steal this capital. And then Red would have enough troops to kill me. He'd still get third. Has there ever been an in real life Risk event where all the top players have met each other? Well, we're not talking about top players, but we are going to have a streamer IRL Risk event, folks, in November. It's going to be a blast. I'll tell you guys more about it when the time comes. Okay, he's not hitting that 6, though. Having majority capital is wise in this situation. $339 to $476. It's going to take a long time to catch back up to Red. So maybe I do my best not to antagonize Magenta too much. Let them keep opening my capitals. Yeah, so the guest list so far looks like myself. I'm hosting. We got Kyle. We got Digital. We got Becky with the good hair. We got Mallory Lynn, poorly played Risk. We got JJ, bruh. And we got Olive XC, Risk Grandmaster. And playing Risk at my table, folks. I am so excited. It's going to be so much fun. Spud's invited. Spud would be absolutely welcome at my table. Just make that extremely clear and out there. If Spud would like to come, I would love to meet him. Wear the big boy slapper shirt, or else it might be a little chilly in November. Yeah, it's gonna be a fun one. I'd love to meet him too. I know, JJ, man. No, it's gonna be really fun to play Risk, which is a game, you guys have to remember, right? Like, I grew up playing Risk, sitting at the table with my buddies, throwing dice, right? Having a couple of pops. It's gonna be really cool. JJ's old enough to travel by himself. Ask him yourself, Iron Curtain. Iron Curtain. A great name. This guy. Risk over the board is torture? Nah. You just need good settings. So Magenta seems to be doing everything in their power short of suing to help Red win. Playing Risk over the board takes about 3 hours, if not a whole day. Yeah, 3 hours is about right. 3 hours, 4 hours. I think that is the ideal amount of time you want to play a IRL Risk game for. Right? You want about 7 or 8 turns. You want progressive world dom. Trust me, I got this figured out. You like the Risk episode in Seinfeld? I do. The Ukraine quote is funny. All right, let me get back to some Q&A because this game ain't ending anytime soon. Okay, so shout out my philosophy course on Saturday. Tune in. Free Pete live on YouTube. Next question is from Chad. Sexy XC, dude. Chad, are you still in the chat? Yo, Pete. Progressive fog zombies are much faster than prog caps. True. and are great for destroying noobs, thus ranking up. So why do you think players flock to prog caps instead of zombies as the rank of meta? Why is one thing better than another? What are the advantages of caps versus the advantages of zombies? I think that is the question you have to ask yourself, and it'll explain a lot. Caps are safer. I think safety is very important when we're talking about rank, right? Because the ranking system is so broken, because the ranking system is so fragile, we need to find settings that you basically never lose. So I would love it if the ranking system wasn't broken. It would be amazing. I would love it, love it, love it, love it. But we don't have that. We have a world where skill points are not fairly distributed relative to how difficult it is to rank up. And you basically need runs of nothing but wins in order to continue and get rank number 1. So we do not have a risk ranking system. We have a caps ranking system. And I would love it if World Dawn was viable, and I would love it if zombies were viable, and I would love it if 5-round fucking Rumble was viable, okay? But it isn't. We finally see the Asia take, folks. Good work, Red. Got a big old pair of balls on you. $472, $351 to $220. Magenta likes that. No, he doesn't. Magenta wants Red to win. That's so funny. Huh. Magenta has played to make Red win this whole game. Yeah, all Red has to do is lock off some territories. I really think that he still should get Magenta first, right? Hey, thank you, Truth. Thank you so much, buddy. Why is he guarding Australia? Yes, he's a noob, man. Red doesn't know how to play. I don't think these guys are very good, man. Just a hunch. Magenta, you should break my NA. Figured it out. Well played. Well played, buddy. Yeah. Good job. What an excellent 3-player scenario. Why not a limb black? So black is now has 34 troops for 4. 4 cards is worth about 12 troops. So we go triple negative. We go 3x negative eliminating black in terms of troops. Black has also gone MIA. So he's worth what he finishes at. And he finished before I killed purple. So black actually got 5th place this game. Purple got 6th. So just in case you guys were all keeping track. I don't know if you have such high patience. I would have killed one of them for second already. Well, I can't kill one of them for second is the problem. I might be able to kill Magenta if I put all my troops on one capital, which I think might be the way this cookie crumbles. Right? Magenta, as I said, has been playing this entire game for third and hasn't really been advancing the game state, right? They've been hitting me. So they've been keeping red strong. And red is the guy with troops off cap. So I should win the game. But because I have 4 capitals and red only has 1. But like, because magenta is advantaging red and not me and ever hitting any stacks, it gives the game to red, which is fine. I mean, I don't mind taking second at some point, but I think what are we, 2 hours into this now? Players are insane. No, they're not insane. Truth, they're terrible. There's a difference. They're just terrible. Feed him to red? Feed magenta to red? No. What? Cap suicide? Red won't. Red would happily give magenta second and kill me first. All right, I get the sense from red that he literally doesn't understand how the fuck to play. Also, get your fucking troops out of my face. What the hell are you doing? Get your fucking troops out of my face. Come on. Stick a 10 stack in my... Get your fucking troops out of my face. It really is a battle for second, I think. Could I sue magenta and win? I should win my game. What did I say? Red is the guy with troops off cap, so I should win. Red is the guy with troops off cap. Well, you know how everyone wants to be the hero. Everyone's like, "Oh, I should win this." It's like, well, should you though? That's what I'm kind of trying to push at. It's like, should I? Should I though? Maybe I should, but maybe not. Hi, Reginald. Are you hungry? Why not defend with a little more in Iceland? Because then red breaks me on the other side. It makes no sense. The only thing I need to do is keep my troops on cap, and I'm not doing it, right? I'm getting baited. Ooh, he opens my other capital. All right, I'll try what Open said. To guard a little bit more in Iceland. Let's see what let's see what magenta does with that. Magenta has a set here. Do they pop my stack? This will tell me a lot. Destroy pink. All right, so you stop getting in that way. Red takes me on the other. I was going to put like an 80 stack and break it. Doesn't break me. But also puts an 80 stack there. Right. Would you like to hold Asia? That's pretty good. Holding Asia is pretty good. I have a contingency here. Magenta's fine with it. Okay. Magenta accept. Does red break? You get 16. I actually get 17 here. I still have advantage. And then we choke Magenta dead. Let's see if red's dumb enough to break me. He's really thinking about it. We see an Asia hold, folks. Can you believe it? No, he breaks. Breaks on the 99. Yep. Ah, red, you're too stupid. You didn't think I was going to do this, did you? Didn't think I was going to do that, did you? Mm-hmm. Red could take one of my capitals, or Magenta rather could take one of my capitals now, but he doesn't. Does red. Yeah, you just take shit back. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's like, I don't want Australia. No. You had your chance to get advantage. We could have worked together to kill Magenta. Now you're stupid. Now you're stupid. Now you look stupid and you feel stupid. What are you going to do? I don't choose either of them to get first. I choose to try. I choose to play to win still. I'm okay to equalize this board because they both have one capital. I have 4. Right? Let's see who hits one of my capitals. That's what we need to see happen. Chad says 5 red. I would have taken your 50 cap. Yeah, man. The Schmoebus boy wants love. I know. I should feed him. Let's go through another turn cycle. He opens. Magenta opens. Oh, you're such a schmuck. No, he doesn't. He doesn't actually open the line. Okay. What is Magenta's plan? Okay, what happens here? He's gonna kill black. He kills black here. Okay, he's gonna take the 4 cards. So as I said, killing black was never a positive EV move. You go negative on the troop generation, but he's gonna set, and then what happens? We lose Kirk of Steel. Oh no. What do we see happen at red? Rolls my 50 cap. 81 v 50. Do we see a big hit? That will equalize the troops. No. 81 stays there. Moves where? To his capital. He pussies out. Oh, yeah. If I can just bully these guys with bigger numbers. They seem very inclined to be bullied. They don't want to hit shit. They're reticent to hit shit. 355 to 413. Red's lead is diminished. Magenta should take Australia here. I love that he's thinking about it. Yeah, 30 troops is enough. Yep, 30 troops definitely enough. Yep. Definitely enough. And break my other one too. Right. Right. Magenta's very invested in me not winning the game. Did he hit my capital? Doesn't. Okay, wants a bonus. Doesn't want me having an advantage. Red might take back Australia here. Tough times, folks. Ooh, red is a dude's trade. Okay, red has been cowed into submission. They're now mostly on capital. Okay, that 100 is ready to pop the... That 100 is ready to pop the Australia position. I think he takes it from Magenta. Magenta gets a hold bonus for a turn. Very interesting how it's all switched around. This is absolutely not... I don't think these guys are collabing. I think they both just suck. My conclusion in this game is that Magenta hates my guts and he sucks. Red doesn't hate my guts as much. He's an opportunist. But he's not very good, so he doesn't know how to actually push his advantage. So I think given this circumstance, I think red is better than Magenta. Magenta is a worse play. They have a ton of patience. They might have a better rank. Magenta might be ranked higher than red. But they suck. They're not very good. Because either one of these guys would have immediately seen that me holding 4 capitals meant that I eventually win this game, and they should want to team with me to kill the other guy. Yeah, we called this, right? We called red taking it from magenta. I get to hold a +2, which I shouldn't be allowed to hold. Let's see if red is cool with that. Because that progresses the game, right? We work together, we kill magenta, then we fight. You get strong, I get strong, we kill magenta. Come on. You must see it. I don't care how fucking dense you are, you must see it. What's this? Peatman Survives, just calling it now? No one's getting mine. Guaranteed. Peatman
One of the
Survives.
first 10 elements?
Peatman Survives. I'm calling it right now.
Uh-huh.
I want to die at this point in the game. Because I'm going to need that catch-up mechanic to beat Sebi.
Yeah.
I'm going to survive because I know my elements. I died. Boron. I died to Boron. Oh my god. I get to hold North America. What is this game?
Now, let's see if there are any matches.
Ah, fuck.
Uh-huh. Oh, I'm not good.
Am I getting chirped? Oh shit. I'm getting chirped. All right, Pink. Now you're in a pickle. Because now Red sees it. Now Red's like, oh shit, I do go top 2 with Pete, and we kill Pink. Then what happens? What a Boron way to go. He didn't. I'm surprised he didn't break. I think he finally realized, right? I punched this guy hard enough to make him fucking realize. Yeah. Yeah. Pink, now you're fucked. Now you are fucked. Now you have nothing. You fucking die. Uh-huh. Tried everything to wriggle out a third. You get third, my friend. This will be a great game for YouTube. Yeah, man. It's going to be a great game. Got some Q&A in there. 2 hours into the fucking second segment. All right, what do we got next? What do we got next for question? Poker. Smile. Risk. Would like to know. Hello, Pete. Brackets, everyone. I apologize in advance if I should not be posting or posting here. If you need to move or delete, no worries. I'm pretty sure the fact that it still exists tells me that you are legit in continuing to exist in that location. Would you consider having gray game night once a week where us gray-haired riskers could have a competitive game with you if there are enough of us old-timers playing, that is? I'm sure I'm the oldest at 60. Maybe Pete and 5 gray gaming people, Pete and the 5 oldest, sign up. Do the old and gray play differently? Can the old and gray play on any other map other than Classic? Can the old and gray teach Pete anything about the game? Absolutely you can. Can the old and gray learn anything from Pete? And then again, this could be very well the most moronic idea in the history of risking this channel. If so, I just rolled the dice and rolled 3 ones. Thanks, Poker Smile. Poker Smile, I have absolutely nothing against my weather-worn brethren. I think the value of age and wisdom in our culture is absolutely lost, and it's a shame. Buck says, I'm old and gray and I'm in for the game. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I would love to use that as a criteria for some kind of game. Like, could you imagine a seniors tour risk tournament? I don't know how I would structure it. I don't know how I would pitch it. But it's a great idea, and I'll think, you know what I'll do tomorrow? I'll think more on it as far as the implementation, and we'll come up with some kind of solution for how to get better representation, you know, more inclusivity. This is what I'm all about. I want you guys to understand that I don't use the term inclusive in the hokey, grandstanding, moralizing way, right? I'm not trying to be inclusive because it is ethically correct or it is trendy. I think it is essential for the health and growth of a community to include as many people as you can. Why do I have the colorblind mode on? Why are there 3 different symbols? Well, some people can't see color, or some people are differently abled, and they use mobile app, or they use all sorts of different technological advantages and disadvantages to get them into a place where they can play this game with us. And don't you break me, you dumb shit. Don't break me. Come on. Why are you so dumb? You're dumb. No, you're so dumb. Don't do it. He says no, Pete. Well, he let me catch up to him in troop count before he broke me. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Ooh, I lose a cap. I'm dumb. All right, magenta gets a cap. I need to connect it. I didn't connect it. Ah! This is what happens when you get tired, right? 2 hours and 10? That's fine. Magenta gets a second capital. Mm-hmm. Opens a line. Doesn't take it, takes it. He must take it, right? He must take it. Yes. Magenta plays well. Magenta is better than red. Okay. Well, here's what I think. Here's what I think about this scenario. I can't work with magenta. But unfortunately, red's too dumb to work with. What does that mean? Yeah. What I thought that meant. I think it was really unwise for this guy to break my North America. We could have won together, man. Maybe magenta does win. We just regress an hour. I think we regressed more than an hour. I think we regressed far more than an hour. Maybe red sues, though. If red sues, that could be okay. He finally gives up. Yeah, 3, 2, 1 caps. I give multiple wounds. No, I know. I'm not done. I just fucking definitely misclicked. I needed to connect here so that I had to fortify to that capital. That's okay. I think magenta still would have and could have taken it there. Mm-hmm. Where do you put your 113 now? Get the fuck out of my bonus. Ah, all right. Out of my bonus. This is the problem. I can't fight both of them. They're both antagonistic to me, right? The thing about like this 3-player scenario is they're both antagonistic to me. Right? So there's no 3-player scenario where you can beat both players. Pink is such a cunt. It's a lost cause since it's 2v1. I agree. I lose this game. Unless one of them disconnects, right? Unless I outweight them. Open their cap to beta hit. Who's cap? Red? Open red's cap? I think he's hitting more, but at least he's competent. I vote red dies. I can't kill red. He's got the same number of troops as me. Still generate. Yeah, I know. For now. Still generate. I can be patient. I'm not going to stop trying to win this game, guys. One thing these guys don't realize I have the power of is Twitch. You guys are going to hang out with me and give me somebody to talk to and keep me interested. Right? I won't get bored like these guys will. Yeah, put a 5 there. It won't get hit. There's no way it'll get hit. Trust me. It'll be fine. Yes. It'll be totally fine. Fucking 5 there. Fuck you. Alright, he's got a 321 cap. If that ever gets open, who does it hit? Does it hit me or does it hit Magenta? I'm still in the lead, but it's slight. I think I stopped putting troops on Indonesia now. No way I could play a couple 3-hour games with a couple blunts. Yeah, weed's never been my thing, man. I do have a couple of adult beverages, though, so. You're saying pink opens up red? Maybe. Look, man, if both of these guys are out to get me, I can't win. That's just the name of the game. Both these guys are out to get me, I can't win the game. So, we are the cookie crumbles. Yeah, magenta breaks there. That's 11. What do I get? 14. A hilarious game. Alexander the Great never lost, and neither shall you. Continue the struggle. That's what made him great, is the fact that he never. All right, folks, we got another question. Let's go back to the question. We got to keep the eyes on the prize here. Let's go back to the questions. And for this question, I have consulted, rather, I've created a visual aid. So our question is from Sammy. And Sammy, in keeping with the history and the saga of the oft misunderstood Peteman. I love that I have this moment, this like long form moment to have this conversation with you. So let's take a stab at it. So I have been trying and struggling. Let me caveat here. I am I'm an odd man. Okay? I'm an odd person. And I've never felt like my mind really truly resonated with others. I always felt like I struggled to communicate. And the fact that I'm able to communicate here about this game, the fact that this is why I talk often about how it's such a miracle to me that my voice is valued and appreciated by others, because I really feel like I never in a million years would have expected this. I've been super used to feeling like an alien, super used to feeling like my responses just didn't make sense to other people. 9v9? No. Okay. Okay. So when I was randomly asked a question about guns, I said, I don't really love guns because guns kill people. And like, fair enough. Guns don't kill people. People kill people. I get it. I'm not a stupid idiot. It is a tool and tools have no moral agency. And I get that. And this is needlessly overcomplicated and over politicized and over emotionalized topic. And I would love to stop talking about it. But unfortunately, we find ourselves continuing to talk about it because I have failed as a communicator. Okay? So what I would like to do and what I am trying to do is remain to be, that's not language. What I would like to do is I would like to try to be as clear, as articulate as I possibly can about the subject. And here's my attempt. Okay? When I posed the hypothetical, and it was a hypothetical, the world would be better without guns. This was my initial starting position as an attempt to have a conversation about guns that was about guns and not about other things like violence, human violence, and other weapons. Okay? I would like to have a conversation about guns. And the reason I would like to have a conversation about guns is because I was asked about guns and not human violence and other weapons. Okay? Wasn't asked about human violence, wasn't asked about other weapons. Was asked about guns. So what do we do about guns? How do we have a conversation about guns? Are guns a problem? I don't know, right? And then the next step was, let's pretend, for the sake of argument, that I don't have a position here. Let's pretend that I have no opinion and I'm interested in forming an opinion. If I was interested in doing that, what would the steps look like? Thank you, Open. I love that move too. What's he going to do? Hit the 9? He opens the cap. Yeah. He opens the cap. I love that move too. Good work. Good work, Magenta. Show him the way. Show him the way that leads you to win. Beautiful work for Magenta. Good game. Good on him. Make him punch me. That's fucking sick play. Magenta's better than I thought. He just hates me. Right? Magenta sat down to this game. He's not shitty. We figured it out. He's not shitty, and he's not teaming with Red. He just wants me to die. That's the answer. Does Red take the bait? looks like Red's about to close the line. Oh, I love this. Fuck you, Magenta. Choke on my dick. Taste it, you loser. Red's gonna let me get fucking 21. Good. These go on capital. These are capital troops now. Okay, so my thought was, if guns aren't a problem, then they're not a problem. If guns are a problem, how do we talk about the problem associated with guns? So what I did for you guys is I built this chart. I would like very much to share it with you because it exemplifies my thinking on the issue. And the issue is not one of guns. The issue is one of logic. We have not yet begun to discuss guns. So the first premise, are guns a problem? If guns are not a problem, the conversation ends. I'm okay with that box, right? I'm okay with the conversation ends box. Guns are not a problem. Conversation ends. Okay. The box that I want to pay attention to. Did I fucking close this box? There we are. The box that I want to pay attention to is the yes. If guns are a problem, what does that world look like? Red breaks me. Red's too dumb. Yeah. Red is too stupid. Oh, Magenta, you're going to lose the game because your only hope is a stupid man. He. I'm going to have to hold on 20s. Here's one troop. And here's one troop. You're going to break me? Eat it. And there's 10. And there's 9. Love this. Okay. Cool. Do I even get a card? Well, it's open. No reason to not get a card. Still open. Didn't change that. Okay. All right, let's continue. Let's continue the philosophy. We're having what we're doing right now is we're showing you guys a logical flow chart. So we're not actually talking about the actual problem yet. But we want to. The goal of this is to get to a conversation where we do talk about the problem. Are guns a problem? If no, conversation ends. Cool. Are guns a problem? If yes, are guns a problem distinct from human violence and other weapons? And if no, here we are, right? And this is where the vast majority of my YouTube comments and my interactions in my philosophy thread occurred. Okay? People were conflating the box I was trying to discuss with relevant solutions for violent behavior and the human propensity to create weapons. Are guns a problem? Yes. Are guns a problem distinct from human violence and other weapons? No. I don't believe this, first of all. Let's be clear. But if it is true, hey, thank you, Chad. Exactly. I haven't begun to talk about it. We're working really hard on going through the baby steps of the fucking logic. If yes, are they a problem distinct from human violence and other weapons? No. Okay, this is where we hang out. We say human beings are violent. Human beings create weapons. Both of these are problems. What do we do about those problems? My answer to that box is, that's a cool box, but that's not talking about guns. That's talking about something completely different. It's talking about violence. And we can talk about violence. But when we do, we shouldn't be pretending like we're talking about guns. Right? We shouldn't be conflating bullshit. We shouldn't be saying things that aren't true. We shouldn't be wasting each other's time with problems and flaws with our ability to process logic. Let's continue. Okay. So we've now gotten to the third stage in the questions. Are guns a problem distinct from human violence and other weapons? If yes, is it up to our government and or culture to regulate guns? And here we find the third box where people like to hang out. So there are three main boxes that I'm not really interested in having conversations in. We can, and that's cool. But if we are having conversations in guns aren't a problem, we're not talking about the problem with guns. If we have a conversation in the problem of violence, then we're not talking about guns, we're talking about violence. And if we have a conversation here in the I must be free to do whatever I want, we're talking about freedom. We're not talking about guns. And that's cool. We can talk about freedom too. I love freedom. I love freedom. So if it is not up to our culture / government to regulate guns, cool. Don't tread on me. I love don't tread on me. Don't tread on me is a great position. Right? Whose fucking business is it of the government to tell me what to do with my life? I love it. Okay? I love freedom. Here's what I'm trying to do, and here's what I'm trying to say. Okay? I want to get to this box. I want to get here, where the actual conversation about guns exists. If guns are a problem, and if guns are a problem distinct from human violence and other weapons, and if it is up to us to regulate that problem, then I would like to have that conversation. And that, ladies and gentlemen, without stating a position on guns, because I don't give a fuck, that's what I'd like to say about it. I hope you like this deconstruction of a logical flowchart. Good luck to you. Buck says we can't get to that box. Really? Do you actually think that, man? Do you think it's not possible to get to that box? I worked really hard on that flowchart, man. Do you think it was a shitty flowchart? Did I fail to communicate? Or are you saying it's not possible? You think like it's not possible in the world? I was walking my snail. Can you read up? I mean, I can't, right? I'm the guy holding the microphone. I'm just saying, like, imagine I'm an open-minded, philosophically minded guy. Okay? Imagine I'm interested in solving these problems. How would I go about doing so? Guns aren't a separate problem for violence? Okay, Zerwolf. So you're in that box, right? You're over here. Zerwolf has manually sequestered himself over here. I just want to make it clear. Guns aren't a problem from human violence. Tells me one thing about you. You exist here. You want to have this conversation. Cool, we can. I don't, and I'm not going to talk about that. I'm going to talk about this. So you go over here, you have that conversation, and you don't waste your time angrily posting in my YouTube comments about the conversation I'm not trying to have. Because you can have that with other people. This is what I'm trying to say to you guys, right? Like, that goes to the capital, that goes through there, that goes 1, 2, 3. That's what I'm trying to say, right? I'm not here to waste anyone's time. I want to be very clear about what I am willing to talk about and what I'm not. And what I'm interested in talking about is a problem with guns, not a problem with violence. Because we can talk about a problem with violence. Different problem. Crizzle has a great point. If the government was an accurate representation of the people, it wouldn't be such a problem to have them oversight. But they aren't and haven't been for a long time. Great. Yo, I love this point. This is absolutely beautiful. I want to be very clear about this. The fact that there was any sort of distance or adversarial nature between the people and the government is very much a big part of the source of this problem. You're 100% fucking right. Good. You get it. Why are these guys letting me win this game? Why are these guys letting me win this game with like really small blocks of troops? Like, come on, guys. Then participate in governments at all levels. I have run for government. Vote for me. Surely this time things will be different. Surely. This is my campaign slogan, folks. Surely this time things will be different. Force trade the Joker. Don't love that. Hey, thank you, Merlin. Thank you for the sub. All right. Time for dinner for Reginald. Reggie! All right. All right. Here we go. Here we go. I bet it just fucking sticks in Magenta's craw. It just fucking sticks in his craw that he's such a pussy to do anything about me. But he hates my guts, right? He wants me to die so bad. Either of these guys bought, I win on the spot. I gave him a capital, I guess. Merlin says, is playing caps fun? I know this is what people are doing apparently, but it looks sort of miserable to be honest. So, okay, so I got to tell you a bit of a story. Settings. So anyone tuning in now, we are 2 hours and 37 minutes into this game. The settings are Capital Conquest on Classic, Auto 60, Expert Neutral bot with nothing fancy. No fog, no blitz, no pulse, no alliances. Fixed cards, okay? Why in the hell am I playing fixed capital? Well, the meta is progressive capitals. Red is also dumb, so he had a really big tell on what he was trying to do, and I wasn't going to let that happen. I'm gonna stick troops on my fucking border. I'm going to fucking manual. I'm going to slider blitz them. You suck. Die. Figure out how to kill me. Okay, so I originally conceptualized these settings after watching a bunch of Arco card skip, right? His card skip gaming was choose a capital out of the way, let people hit each other, take second, play no risk, but take second every time. He opens again. Yeah, in the vain hope that red figures it out. Yes, in the vain hope that red figures it out. I love you, Magenta. I love your desperate attempts to try and give me third. So these settings were born of an idea where I had, and I was like, okay, what we'll do is we'll pick a shitty capital, we'll let these noobs hit each other, and then we'll have a ton of time to talk about theory. He's going to set, he's going to get it, but he's going to close his cap again, right? We'll have a ton of time to talk about theory, and I'm on 5 cards. Okay. What are you gonna dedicate? What are you gonna dedicate? Nothing, right? He doesn't even break. Okay, cool. You don't have to do that. So the idea was I want settings that are mindless. I want settings that I can play and take second and laugh. He does the same thing again. Take second, laugh, talk about interesting philosophical topics and questions and answers, and just talk and talk and talk, right? The problem is that my mind pattern recognizes and it goes, oh, wow, I now understand how to beat these settings. I now understand how to win. And the more I understand how to win and the more I learn how to win, the more I can focus on, oh, I see the pattern even better and I can win even better. And this is what my mind likes to do, right? I understand this game humbly. I understand this game on a very deep level. And I love playing it, and I play every fucking day, and I have 2 videos on it a day. So you guys can assume that I might know what I'm talking about. So, given that, I figured out how to win at them. So now instead of spending all of my energy on questions, I spend some of my cognitive load on winning because I'm a competitive psycho and I love to win. So here we are, trying to win. We'll see how it goes. Okay. I'm totally missing a ton of Twitch chat too. I hope you guys understand that I'm not ignoring you, right? There's a lot going on right now. We talked about a lot of complicated things, particularly the guns thing, which is like super, super difficult for people. Magenta's so desperate. He's like, well, we need to break Pete's bonuses, otherwise Pete's gonna win the game. And it's like, yeah, I mean, I have you, dude. I have you. You have way more troops than Red now. So there's that. What are you going to do to stop me? Are you going to fortify troops off capital? I didn't think you were. Trying to separate the problem of guns and the problem of human violence is not logical or even philosophical. Lol. The problem is that they are the most efficient tools with very little training required relative to other weapons similar capacity for killing that can be used in the moment when people aren't thinking clearly. So, I showed you very clearly how to separate them logically. If that explanation was not baby steps enough, I would like someone, either yourself or anyone, to show me how I could simplify it and dumb it down even further so I could really, really clearly and crystally explain what I am trying to talk about, which is guns. We can use another word to describe it, versus violence. Another word to describe it. I am trying to split a hair in meaning. And if the words I am using to split that hair in meaning are not understood, because as Wittgenstein says, words are agreement, meaning is agreement. We must agree on what our words mean in order to exchange meaning. Meaning is context. So if I am failing as a communicator to use the proper words, then someone please explain to me what words I require to use. Guns aren't violence, it's the idiots behind them. Well, then you're in the violence box, right? You guys hang out in the violence box. This is what I'm saying. Most people in the comments in this regard are hanging out in the violence box, right? There's a very few people hanging out in the this isn't a problem box, and there's a very few people hanging in the don't tread on me box. And those are both boxes that you can hang out in, right? There's even fewer people hanging out in the this is where the conversation is. So this is what I want to have. I want to talk about guns. I want to talk about why guns are a problem. I don't want to talk about violence because we can. It doesn't seem to do any good. Right? What I think will do good, actually talk about the problem. So if you say it's not logical, lol, you haven't spent time sitting in front of a microphone thinking about this. You haven't spent time mowing lawns thinking about it. You haven't spent time talking to hundreds of people about it, or on my philosophy forums, or on my YouTube comments. You haven't spent time fucking building a flowchart to explain to me why it's not logical. Do your fucking homework. Show me why it's not logical. Break from Britain. I don't know, man. I love this. So I wait another 2 hours and I win the game. Stack out my fucking face. Break down from Britain, he can't attack back. Break down from Britain, he can't attack back. I don't want to open the 163 to South America. That's not a good move. Oh, I see what you're saying. You're saying break Egypt from Britain. That opens the... There's no way to break his Africa without opening one of his two capitals. So we're not doing that. Your language isn't precise. That's why it's not working as a conversation. You don't want to discuss guns as a problem, but the culture around guns and our issues related to how they are marketed and how people discuss them, how that leads to more violence and less regulation. This paragraph seems far less precise than anything I said. Let me restate it. Your language isn't precise. That's why it isn't working as a conversation. You don't want to discuss guns as a problem, comma, but the culture around guns and our issues related to how they are marketed, comma, how people discuss them, comma, and how that leads to more violence and less regulation, period. That was less clear than anything I said. Try harder, guys. I really can wait forever here. So we're almost at double of both of their troop counts, right? If you were Superman for a day, would you get rid of all the guns in the world? Sure. But like, that's not good enough because you wouldn't prevent them from being remade. Right? You're saying if I could prevent them from being remade. Would you get rid of all the cigarettes? Yes. Cigarettes are far more harmful than guns, let's be real. There's no upside for cigarettes. At least there's upside for guns, right? You can defend yourself. There's no upside for cigarettes. You feel a little bit good for a little bit, and then you fucking kill yourself. Like, they're not even close, right? Which, okay, let's just talk about orders of magnitude and degree, right? Like, there's guns that are a problem, but there's also a ton of value to this tool. And then let's talk about cigarettes. There's like a huge problem and like very, very little or negligible value, right? Come on. Okay. Neither of these guys are willing to fortify a large enough amount of troops to address me. I never open up Pink's capitals because Pink's such a fucking asshole. I now have double Red's troop count. This could be my longest win. I wouldn't go that far. Well, that's true, eh? How long have we been going? Can't you break Pink's cap from London to Egypt? Break Pink's cap from Egypt. I don't want to break the Egypt bonus, right? Like, I want you guys to understand this. So in order to do this, 1, 2, 3, in order to cost him +3, I open his 174 and his 281 into directions I don't want to open him. Red has quit the game. Good game, fucko. Suck my dick. What do you got? I win this fucking game. Red quit. Dude, after 3 hours? So the last game of the night? Oh, yeah. Please hit my 24 to get a +2. I will cry. Oh, I'm so curious about these ranks. You guys have no idea. Hit it. Mm-hmm. Good job. It's going to be a fun end game. We are now in a 1v1 where we outnumber our opponent almost 2-1. And we've ascertained that he's not very good. It's all about the positioning. All right. I don't really need to change much here. Magenta must clearly see that they are defeated. Fuck yeah. Yep, loses 30 on 30. Good. We're trading even. Yep. Get off cap troops, right? This is where the numerical advantage comes in handy. And the fact that I have 3 caps to his 2. Feels odd to be able to talk to the man on the television. Keep forgetting this is live and I can converse too. Thanks for the many, many hours of entertainment people. I love you guys. I absolutely love you guys. I think you are just incredible. You are just incredible people. You mean so much to me, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being a part of this wild ride. Good game, Pink. You tried to beat me so fucking hard. Magenta spent so many resources trying to convert red into an ally. I know. Yeah, too bad. Too bad you're not very good. Well played. Thanks, guys. Only took 3 hours. Hard-earned win, huh? Hard-earned. Is a huge red's the loser? I don't think so. I think Pink's the loser. Because they stayed. What do you got? Off cap? He loses 18 on a 30 cap. What the fuck? Why not take the dead man's cap? I don't. I just have to kill the live player. Okay, that's better. Loses 70. Now we're talking. Now you lose all your troops. That's better. Good game. We won't miss you. Ladies and gentlemen, this was a very enjoyable stream. It's a bit late, so I'm going to wish you a good night. I have to sing you a song before I go, don't I? I hope my a bit convoluted flowchart worked a little bit. And you know what? I'm still down to continue iterating this and making sure that it is appreciated, understood, and the conversation can continue. So someone please, you know, if my language is shitty, cool. Let's work on it. Let's figure it out. I'm not perfect, and I don't even pretend to have an answer. I just want to have a conversation. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for watching. I can't believe I won this game. Oh my god, yeah, a bunch of noobs. Oh, Raphael, the intermediate, highest quality intermediate play you have ever seen, folks. In the history of Risk, I probably got like fucking 200. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. And for all of you on the path to world domination, good games and good luck.